Ayo. People on my Instagram wanted this. One person did. And I figured, you know, why deny it, after all? The English alphabet. A through Z. Let's get into it. We're gonna get the vowels out of the way early. A, E, I, O, U. We'll throw Y in there, too. Why not? So A, first letter. I think it goes in A tier. It's got a lot of uses, as do all of the vowels. It's on the lower end, with like I and U, but I think it's still. I think it's probably the least used vowel. I'm not sure, honestly, but you know, A tier, very versatile. It looks cool. I like how it looks in cursive, which is not something that I can say for the majority of letters. It's not quite S tier, but it's good. E, that's straight in S tier. E is the most versatile letter in the entirety of English language. The only thing that even comes close to it is T, but that's because of the word the. E is the most used. It looks cool. Nice, it's got a nice curve to it. I think this is Times New Roman. I think that's what the font is. Looks very nice. I use it a lot, you use it a lot, everyone just... But it's not in an annoying way. You know, like, whenever you have to write J, you're like, ugh, this crap again. But, like, E, it's nice. I. C tier. You know, most of what the letter gets used for is to refer to oneself. And I disagree. I think it should be K. Honestly. Like, instead of I like this thing, it could be K like this thing. Or N like this thing. We should remove I, honestly, from the alphabet. We could use so many other letters. I is overrated. I can't even think of any words that I like with I in them. In my own name, of course. Stinky. That's all that I can think of. D tier. Moving it down to D tier. I don't like it. Get away. Alright, O. O goes in B tier. Its design is horribly boring. It's a circle. And you get it. I get it confused with zeros all the time, and I'm sure everybody does. Because I mean, they look exactly the same. Sometimes people will have like a line through the zero, but you shouldn't have to do that. We should change the design of O. Change the design of letter O. It would fix every problem with it. Otherwise, it's fine. U. I don't like U. U's boring. And also, W deserves a different name, because look, it's a double V. That's not a U. These look nothing alike. W's underrated, U is overrated. I don't like it. And Y. I love the letter Y. The second half of the alphabet in general has a bunch of cool letters that deserve more usage. Y is a perfect example of this. We could replace I with Y, and it'd be fine. It'd be seriously fine. Half the time, there's no distinction between these two letters, like sync, as in sync, S-Y-N-C. We could just, it sounds exactly the same as like a kitchen sink. You could replace every single usage of the letter I with the letter Y. And also, it's in my name, so I like it. Alright, we're done with all the vowels. Might be a little controversial, but that's how I feel. Alright, B. Classic B. Goes in B tier. I enjoy writing it. It sounds good to say. It's got a lot of, honestly, risque uses, which I won't start naming. I like it. It's not the most versatile letter. You can't put it in every word and expect it to work. But it works very well in the words that it is used in. C. B tier. I like C. I don't like saying the letter, but I like how it's used. There's a lot of funny words with the letter C in it. There should be more names with the letter C in it. I like letter C names. Mostly because I have one. My middle name. Yeah, that's it. It's a great letter. Love it. D. I don't know where to put this one. D tier. It's a D. I don't like saying it. I don't like the amount of letters in the English alphabet that end with E. We got, how many do we got? We got D, C, B, G, P, T, V, Z. I mean, like, why? Just change it. Should be changed to duh. D should be duh. Otherwise, it's fine. I don't really care for it. F. S tier. For one reason. The word fart. I don't care what anyone says. It's hilarious. And you should shut up if you think it's not. I love it. Great letter. Love all of its uses. It's great. G. C tier. I don't like how it... I don't like it. I don't like its design. I don't like how you say it. A lot of pronouns, like Jerry, or Gary, or George, they don't sound good to say. Yeah, I don't really like it. I mean, it's not horrible. I don't care. H. This one's an interesting case. Because in the majority of the words that I can think of, you could remove it and it'd be the same word. It's like a really niche letter. I mean, not really niche, but all of its the majority of its uses involve other words, usually G or C. But I like it. A tier. J. F tier. Hate J. Wish it would just go away. Even saying it is just like J. Ew. Get it out of my alphabet. I don't like it. K. This is a sick letter. This is like the coolest, I'd say the second coolest letter in the entire alphabet. Its design is sweet. It's got a lot of really cool uses. It sounds cool. It's just like a most badass letter. If I were to go in a fight against like any of these letters, K is not the one. K is like one of the last I'd pick. You would not want to get in a fight with a K. L. B tier. It's... it's L. The L plus ratio memes. All that stuff. Kind of, it's like a take it or leave it kind of letter, you know? I don't like its design. I don't hate it. I wish it was better, but it's not. M. M is a great letter. I mean, really, they just took a V and then put lines on it, but it's epic. I will never not love M. Call me biased. That's how I feel. Great letter. I wish it was used more. N. Just a worse M, honestly. I mean, it does have one very specific use that I like, that I think is very funny. A use that I will not be naming right now, but nonetheless, it exists. Otherwise, it's just a worse M. P. F tier. Hate writing it. It feels so awkward to write, like on paper. Even in cursive, it just feels gross. For almost every other letter, I can find a way to easily write it in somewhere, but P, I can't. You have to, like, halt everything. It is part of one of the best parts in the alphabet to say in the alphabet song, elemental P. I like those memes where it says the entire alphabet is slow except for that one part, elemental P. I also really like the book, Elemental P. That's a good book. Look it up. Q. F tier. So, I have a problem with Q. It's literally just... it's a very unique letter. I won't say it's not. But it's so weird and, like, nasty. It feels wrong to say. Q? Where'd this come from? I don't like it. It's probably the least used letter in the English language. I think. I'm not sure, honestly. I'd have to look that up sometime. Now's not the time, though. R. Kind of split on R. Put it in C. I don't like it more than I like it. Again, it has one use case that I really enjoy, but I can't really think of anything else. Sometimes when I say my R's, it feels like it feels weird to say, you know, like run. You have to, like, manipulate your mouth in such a weird way. Run. It doesn't feel right, and sometimes I think about it and then I'm like, ugh. Nah. Rather anything else. S. Goes straight in S tier. Very versatile. Very funny. Looks like a snake, and snakes are cool. Great letter. No complaints. T. Also goes in S. T is one of the most used letters. Whenever I hear the letter T, not like in a sentence, but like tea on its own. First of all, I love tea, like the drink. I love tea. I could drink that stuff all day. Second of all, it reminds me of Ice-T, the rapper, and how he was like the main subject, not the main subject, but like he was pretty important in one episode of Rick and Morty, and that was funny. And, it's a great letter. No complaints. Just like S. It's like on the level of S. I don't know which one I'd call better. V. It's B tier. I don't really care for it. I'd rather have a lot of other letters, but it serves its purpose and nothing else. W. W taking the W. Classic W. I wish that it wasn't called W. I think it should be double V, because it's clearly a double V. And also, its name is strikingly different than how it's used. You never say W in a sentence. Otherwise, though, it's like the perfect letter. Would be like an S+ tier if that was a thing in this tier list, but it's not, so it'll take the W. I don't know if I'd call it the best, but yeah, I'd call it the best. Best letter. W. What a W. So, on to the last two. X. You know, I'm very split on X, because on one hand, it has a very neat design. You could use X to represent a lot of things. Like a denial, or a death. Mostly negative things, which I normally wouldn't like, but it is used very effectively. 2 lines intersecting with each other. That's cool. Oh man, I just got, like, flashbacks to middle school geometry. Ooh. Ew. Perpendicular. Let's do this. Let's make an X tier right there. X here, just for X. Because I don't want to put it in A. I don't want to put it in B. Let's just leave it there. That's a good spot for it. Z. A tier. I can't think of a single use case where I don't like Z. But it's also a very underutilized letter. I wish we had more double Z words. Are there even any words with double Z? Pizzazz. Paparazzi. I don't know, but Z sounds good to say. Zesty. Zebra. Zealous. Overzealous. The only reason it's not an S tier is because it's kind of cringe when people just take a word that ends in S and then they turn that S into a Z. So it's like, what's an example? Didn't Pepsi try to do that one thing once where they're like, Pep-Z? And it was like they were trying to be hip, but it wasn't hip and everyone hated it. It's like that. That's the only reason it's not an S. Goes top of A. That is my alphabet tier list. Saving this one. Thank you for watching. Have an excellent day.